The American Yawp, Chapter 16. The post-Civil War era saw revolutions in American industry. Technological innovations and national investments slashed the cost of production and distribution. New legal investment vehicles, administrative frameworks, and easy credit arrangements sustained the weight of vast new firms. Plummeting manufacturing, transportation, and communication costs opened new global markets, triggered corporate mergers, and introduced the first American monopolies. The association of poverty with progress became the great enigma of this era, while scientists and industrial titans debated the veracity of social Darwinism. Growing labor unrest across the country accompanied a rapid industrialization enabled by the principles of Taylorism or scientific management. The greatest labor strikes hit the railroads first, convincing laborers across the country of the need for industrialized unions and institutionalized unions, and persuaded businesses of the need for greater political influence and government aid, and foretold a half century of sometimes tense, sometimes violent labor and capital conflict within the United States. The Gilded Age, as it's sometimes called, frustrated American farmers who still fed the country, but increasingly found themselves doing so while in debt to parasitic bankers and industrial monopolists. Their dissatisfaction with an increasingly erratic and impersonal system put many of them at the forefront of what would become perhaps the most serious third-party political challenge to the established political order ever attempted in American history. First, through the cooperatives of the Farmers Alliance, then together as the People's Party. Their populist movement, sometimes they were called populists, sought to counter the scale and power of the new monopolistic capitalism they now faced, with a much stronger, engaged, and modern federal government. The face of this agrarian revolt, the populist William Jennings Bryan, launched a national speaking tour in which, among other things, he promoted the free coinage of silver in order to alleviate farmers' debts. In contrast, Republicans championed the gold standard and a flat money supply. Though Bryan would lose that election, his challenge to the moneyed elite would later be co-opted by both the Democrats and the Republicans in the coming years, prompting the progressive movement and their unyielding quest for social, political, and economic reform.